For those of you who heard my last speech, it was a tough transition getting used to that. Getting used to understanding that I was going to always live a life of being different from everybody else. I mean, even using my hands right now, you guys say I got pretty thick hands. My hands are pretty much like softball mittens. Literally. They're huge. And I thought when I was little, they were big. And I figured as I got older, I'd grow into them. Like, like how little kids have, has huge heads. Everybody has huge head. But I was always had these huge hands. Couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand it. And as we all know, as children, they are your harshest critics because they don't understand feelings yet. That makes sense. There's their own brains are still developing. So everything that was different about me, they let me know. They let me know. How you got a small head, but you got a big gap. Man, how do you chew your food?
Wow.
Seriously. And I had to grow up with these things. It was terrible. But eventually in my life, I had to get used to it. I had the love of my father at home, which, growing up being different, right, it was a very important thing that I had to have love at home. My father's love ran through me like a hot knife through butter because every single day he would heal the wounds of me being different out in the world. I come home and I was hurt every single time. It never failed because they continually let you know every day that you're different. So as I got older, I started to realize that I had a heart the size of Texas. And a lot of people didn't understand why. Well, when you have someone loving on you, it's very easy to portray that love out to the world. It's very important. It was monumental to my development as a child and to accepting myself. I mentioned this in my last speech last week that I had to do this exercise where this gentleman who knew that I was struggling with self-esteem, he said, I want you to go home, get naked, stand in the mirror, and look at yourself. What? That's weird. And he said, point out every single thing about you that you feel is wrong. And forgive yourself for it. It's a weird exercise. And I said, okay, all right, no problem. I was young. No problem, I'll do it. I got home, got naked, stood in the mirror. And looking at myself and got some weird shaped nipples. It's weird. But the exercise really helped me to understand what he was trying to do. What it helped develop in myself was a lot of us have shortcomings that we want to hide from the world. And when they're exposed, we're embarrassed about it. So this experiment that I had to do, this exercise that I had to do, it was to accept who you are. This is who you are. Don't ever be afraid of the way you were born. That's you. Both of your parents created this, you, sitting in this seat right now. It's because of them that you're here. And you're as beautiful as you are. And I had to find ways to accept that because that wasn't always my story. I was different from everybody else in many different ways. I had weird teeth, these huge hands. I'm a little kid like this tall with huge hands. It's weird looking. And I was always taller than everybody else. So when I say my life is a national monument, that's what I mean. I was always different. I was always something to look at. Always, no matter where I went, no matter how long I was there, that was my life as a national monument.